Let's be honest. In today's world, everybody wants to be more efficient, right? Especially in business. So today we're diving deep into a topic that's transforming how companies work. Business process automation.
BPA is a mouthful.
It is. We're going to break it all down, all the key insights from this World Consulting Group article I found. They're doing some amazing work in this automation space.
Really leading the charge.
Exactly. One thing I found fascinating was just how big of an impact BPA is having already. Across industries, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's not just a fad. It's really changing things.
Totally. It's like having a whole team working around the clock, optimizing every process from customer service to like finance, you name it. Amazing.
It really is. And, it's interesting because a lot of people think BPA is just about replacing people with robots.
Yeah.
But it's so much more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not some sci-fi movie.
Right. It's about strategy, using technology to streamline those repetitive tasks.
It's boring stuff nobody wants to do anyway.
Exactly. And that frees up people to do, well, people things.
The stuff machines can't do.
For now, at least. But yeah, the creative thinking, the strategy, the complex problem solving.
That's what we humans are good at
least for now.
Okay, so speaking of robots, there was this term in the article, robotic process automation, or RPA.
RPA, yeah, that's a big one.
It sounds like, I don't know, futuristic.
It does. But it's here now, and it's a game changer. Think about software bots that can do things like data entry, invoices.
All that tedious stuff.
Exactly. Even like generating reports.
Ugh.
And they don't take breaks. They don't need coffee.
And they're faster than us, I bet.
Oh, way faster. And more accurate, too. The article mentions some businesses are seeing a huge return on their RPA investment.
Really? Like, how huge?
Like within the first year.
No kidding.
Yeah, they gave an example with insurance companies using RPA for processing claims. Average ROI was 150% in the first year.
Wow.
That's huge.
So you've got that increased efficiency plus the potential for major cost savings. Are there limits, though? I mean, what can these RPA bots do?
Well, they're best for things that are rules-based.
Rules-based?
Yeah. Processes with clear steps, predictable outcomes. If you can write down all the steps for a task, an RPA bot can probably handle it.
Makes sense. So things that need human judgment, like creativity or complex decisions, we're still better at that.
For now, yeah, I'd say so. RPA is amazing, don't get me wrong.
Powerful, but not a magic solution for everything.
Exactly. You've got to use the right tool for the job, right?
Right. You wouldn't use a hammer to tighten a screw.
Yeah.
Speaking of finding the right tool, customer support, that's got to be tricky to automate. Get it wrong, and you risk annoying your customers, and you don't want to do that. Nobody wants to talk to a robot.
Nobody. But done right, it can make things so much better.
Yeah, how so?
Well, it's about finding that balance where automation actually helps, enhances the human touch instead of replacing it.
Makes sense.
Like think about those AI chatbots you see on websites now.
Yeah, those are everywhere now.
Right. And they can be really helpful. Answer simple questions right away, point you in the right direction.
So you don't have to wait for a human to be available.
Exactly. And that frees up human agents to deal with the really complicated stuff, the stuff that needs, well, a human.
Right. So customers get faster answers for simple things and then more focused attention for the trickier stuff. It's like a win-win.
Exactly. So beyond these specific tools, though, let's talk about workflow automation tools in general.
Okay, yeah. The article mentioned those, but honestly, I wasn't sure exactly what they were.
Workflow automation. It's pretty cool, actually. It's like this. Every process in your business, from getting an order out the door to developing a new product, it's all a flow of tasks, right?
Right, like a chain of things that have to happen.
Exactly. And workflow automation tools let you map out those chains, those workflows, and then you can automate the handoffs between tasks,
So you're not relying on people to remember to send things on to the next person.
Exactly. And you can track everything in real time. It's like having a conductor for your business, making sure everything flows smoothly.
So many music metaphors today. So what are the real benefits? I'm guessing it saves time, but what else?
Time for sure, but also way fewer errors.
Because humans aren't involved.
Exactly. Well, less so. Plus, things happen faster, turnaround time is way down, and teams actually work together better.
How so?
Well, because they can see what everyone else is doing. You've got total transparency into every step. So you can spot bottlenecks right away, address issues before they become big problems.
Wow, that level of insight, of control, it would be a game changer for a lot of companies, I bet.
Totally. So shifting gears a bit, the article also went into how BPA is shaking things up in specific departments like HR.
HR. Okay, yeah, I can see how automation could be huge there.
Right. Think about all the paperwork HR deals with. New hires, payroll, benefits.
And answering the same questions over and over again.
Exactly. It's a ton of repetitive work.
So automation's helping lighten that load, I'm guessing.
Totally. By taking those routine tasks off their plates, HR has more time to focus on bigger picture stuff, things like,
Okay.
what was it? Talent development, employee engagement.
Building a better workplace culture, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It's not just about efficiency. It's about creating a better experience for everyone.
Happier employees, better company.
Exactly. And happy employees are more engaged, more productive.
Which is good for business.
Right. It all ties together. So what about finance? I'm curious to hear how automation is impacting that side of things.
Finance. Oh, man, that's a big one. Because finance is all about accuracy, right? Efficiency, making sure everything's compliant. And that's where automation can really shine.
Because it takes the human error out of it.
Exactly. And it can handle those tedious tasks that nobody likes doing anyway. Invoices, expense reports, even financial forecasting, it can all be automated.
So instead of someone spending hours hunched over a spreadsheet.
Right. They can focus on more important things. Analyzing the data, making strategic decisions, actually using their brains.
Working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. And it's already happening. They had this case study in the article, this finance department, that automated their invoice processing with RPA. Processing time went down 90%. Errors went down 75%.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's huge. Those are incredible results. But with so much automation happening, is there a risk of things slipping through the cracks? Like, what about important financial controls?
That's where the human part comes in. You can't just set it and forget it.
All right, it's not magic.
Exactly. It takes careful planning to integrate automation the right way. So you're enhancing human oversight, not replacing it completely.
Finding that balance again.
Always. The article really stressed that businesses need to set clear goals, define what success looks like, and keep track of how things are going. You have to monitor the impact of all this automation.
Constantly checking, making adjustments as needed.
Exactly. You've got to stay on top of it. It's about using technology strategically to improve things without sacrificing control or accuracy.
Makes sense. So beyond these core functions, like HR and finance, what else is BPA good for? The article mentioned inventory management. Now, that's an area where I feel like even a small mistake could really snowball into a huge problem.
Oh, yeah. Inventory. That can make or break you right there.
For sure. So how's BPA helping with that? It's not like a robot's going to run around a warehouse, right?
Not yet, anyway. But seriously, it's all about that balance, right? Enough inventory to meet demand, but not too much that you're sitting on a ton of extra stuff.
Makes sense. Too much is just as bad as not enough a lot of the time. Ties up all your cash.
Exactly. And that's where BPA comes in.
Yeah.
Companies are using it to track stock levels automatically, predict what they'll need, even generate purchase orders without a human having to lift a finger.
Wow. So it's taking the guesswork out of it.
Totally. Less waste, fewer stockouts.
Happier customers because they actually get their stuff on time.
Exactly. Everybody wins.
Speaking of streamlining things and, making things less wasteful, the article also talked about document automation, which honestly doesn't sound that exciting at first, but
Don't let the name fool you. It's a big deal.
bigger than just like getting rid of paper forms.
Oh, way bigger. We're talking about changing the whole life cycle of a document.
Okay, explain that.
So think about it. You create a document, you collaborate on it with others, maybe it needs approvals, then you got to store it somewhere, find it later.
Right, a lot of steps, and a lot of emails going back and forth.
Exactly. But imagine contracts that practically write themselves. Invoices that get sent out automatically.
No more deciphering someone's bad handwriting.
Exactly. And you can track every single change, every approval with just a couple of clicks.
Sounds pretty amazing. So
Yeah.
what kind of impact are we talking about here for businesses that are actually using this?
Oh, it's huge. The article mentioned a study that found, on average, document-related tasks were done 80% faster with automation. Seriously. And they cut errors by 90%.
Wow. Those are some seriously impressive numbers. So it's not just a nice to have, it's like essential in today's world.
Pretty much. Work smarter, make fewer mistakes, and you free up a ton of time and energy to focus on other stuff. It's a win-win.
So as we wrap things up here, any final thoughts on business process automation? What are the big takeaways you hope listeners remember?
I think the biggest thing is this isn't some passing fad. This is how business is going to be done from now on. Using technology to do things better, faster, more accurately.
And freeing up humans to do what humans do best.
Exactly.
It's been awesome exploring this topic with you. I'm already thinking about all the ways I can automate my own work.
That's what I like to hear. There's so much potential here for every business, every industry.
Absolutely. So Listeners, here's something to think about. What, in your own work, or even in your life, could benefit from a little automation magic? It's something to consider as we move further into this digital world. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into business process automation. Until next time, may your processes be efficient and your workflows be seamless.